again. Wow, I've got like wind-blown hair thing going on here. So yeah, so we did a live yesterday. We did our sourdough starter using the Oscar's Bakery jar and their system, but it was the discard from, not discard, but it was the sourdough start from Veronica at chaconranch.com. And so we're gonna see what it looks like today after letting it sit overnight. I'm telling you friends, it did beautiful things. I'm excited. So we're gonna follow their directions that they gave us for day 2 for this kit. So this is day 2. This is the directions that they gave us. So we're gonna put this on our scale. We're gonna zero it out, and we're gonna take out as much as we need to keep 100 grams left in here. And then we are going to add our rye flour and our whole wheat flour and our water back in, and we're gonna cover it back up and let it go until tomorrow. And I'm probably gonna let mine go for a couple of days before I attempt to make bread, but I will have some discard probably in a day or two so that I can do some discard something. So I forgot to grab my flour, so let me do that really quick. Had to grab my rye flour as well as, hi Lakeisha, welcome. So glad to see you, friend. So, so yeah, let's look at our sourdough and see what this thing looks like. Hi Veronica. Yes, so here, not discard, I know discard, this is the sourdough. I keep saying discard. No, this is the sourdough, friends. So this is what it looks like after sitting overnight. I should have had this thing down here a little bit further because when we put it in here last night, it was pretty low. So it actually did do some beautiful things in here. It's got some pretty good growth. So we're gonna just go ahead and start taking some out of this until we have just 100 grams left in here. Probably some more crackers for my husband. Those seems to be his favorite discard thing. So I'll probably make another batch of crackers, and then as I get more discard, I'll make some tortillas. I've made them once before and they were delicious. I love homemade tortillas. And I've got plenty of things that we can do, some burritos or some tacos or something with it. So we'll probably do some tortillas and yeah, do some tacos with it. So, so yeah, I'm gonna move you guys down so you can see my scale, and we're gonna go ahead and take our discard out of this jar. I've got a jar right here that I'm gonna keep my discard in. And I was just gonna put a lid on it, but I think I'm gonna keep this covered with the smaller cover that they gave me, and I think that'll be fine. I'm just gonna stick it in the refrigerator and just let it sit there until I'm ready to use my discard. But yeah, it smells really good. You can see it does have, definitely has some bubbles in there. So let's get it on the scale. Let's get it weighed out and get it separated from, get the discard separated from the sourdough start. So here's my scale. I'm just gonna set this on here, and I'm gonna zero it out, which it's already zeroed, which is good. We're just gonna take some out until it shows that we have 100 grams left in here. It looks really sticky, which I think that's what it's supposed to look like. A little bit more. Okay, that's almost got like just a pinch more. All right, so there is our discard. We're gonna add flour and water back into this. So we're gonna zero it out again, and we need to put in 50 grams of rye and 50 grams of bread flour, and then 100 grams of water. So let's do our 50 grams of rye first. All right, there's exactly 50 grams of rye flour. We're going to put in 50 grams of the bread flour. I'm using the King Arthur. I'm trying to stay pretty consistent with the flours that I'm using. So this way I know if I end up having a problem with my start, then I know that it has to be one of the two things that I was putting in it. A little bit more. A little bit over, but all right, now let's put in our 100 grams of water, and I'm just using tap water. We talked about this yesterday in my live, that I don't think it really matters. So I'm just going to get this put in and then I'll stir it. All right. So I got my scale on Amazon. I can leave a link in the description box for you guys if you want to check out that scale. I love my scale. It works really, really well. Yes, I make the crackers with cheese, and I can leave a link in the description box for the recipe. I've used 2 different recipes for the cheese crackers, and I can leave a link in the description box for you guys for that if you want to check out that recipe. Super, super easy recipe, and we love those crackers. They're really, really good. Okay. I'm really liking the consistency of this, Veronica. It has a really, really good, thick, like sticky, gooey texture, and I think that's part of my problem before in the past with my sourdoughs, is they didn't have, their texture wasn't like that. It was much more runny, and it didn't have that stretchy kind of texture, and I think that's more in line with what you're supposed to have, I think. So there is our, we're going to move this up. What is it? It's 4. So we did exactly the same thing that we did yesterday. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when we fed it. We started it yesterday. We fed it today at 4. We took our discount out, and there it is. This is going to be so fun to see what this does by morning tomorrow, and be able to use our discard for something amazing. I'll take out discard tomorrow morning, and I should have enough discard tomorrow with this discard and the discard that I'll pull from in the morning. I should have enough discard to do something fun with it tomorrow, so hopefully you guys will be seeing that soon. So we got its little, it's funny, it reminds me of these covers that they gave you. They remind me of those old-fashioned caps that ladies used to wear, but when they go to bed and put their hair in a cap. This one reminds me of these little stretchy things. So we put its little hat on, and it's ready for the night, ready for bed. We're gonna leave it sitting. My kitchen's pretty warm, so I think it's okay. I haven't really noticed, honestly, that this, well, I guess maybe it is. I was like, I haven't noticed the scale work, or not scale, but the thermometer working, but I guess it is. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there you can see a little bit of discoloration. So I think that's where it's telling me the temperature is of my start. So I think that's good. It's in the just right range, top of the just right, but it's still in the just right range. So I think that's going to be good. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this looks like tomorrow. So in case you want a little close-up view, this is my scale that I use, and it has all the different unit measures right here, and then yeah, so then you're able to clear it here, and I love it. It's absolutely, it's a great little scale. It wasn't super expensive. I think it was less than 20 bucks on Amazon, and we bought it, oh man, probably, I'm gonna say probably 3 years ago. because I was doing some other stuff that I was measuring, and something that I want to try to do a little bit better job of. I've noticed some other channels that I watch, they weigh out their flour, sugar, baking powder, all those things. Yes, you definitely need a scale. They're helpful. She measures all of this stuff out when she bakes cookies, breads, you know, whatever she's baking. She weighs everything out in weight measure instead of, you know, like quarter cup, half cup, whatever. And she goes, you'd be surprised at how far off a quarter cup measuring cup is compared to the weight measure that a recipe calls for. So I'm going to try doing that a couple of times and see if there's a difference in some of my favorite baking recipes, and do them by weight measure instead of by doing the traditional cups or teaspoons, tablespoons, whatever you call it. I think she said it's just amazing the difference between them. So she said her baking has come out a whole lot better. So her bread, she does a lot of bread baking, and she said the bread has just been incredible, being able to measure it by scale weight versus using a measuring cup or whatever. So I'm going to try that. I want to see if I can see a difference in my bread recipes that I like to bake, see if there's a difference in those based on, you know, just how they come out, how the dough is and everything. So it should be interesting. I know that they tell you to do that with when you're making sourdough stuff, that you really should use a scale, not try to do it by eye or by, you know, like if the recipe tells you a quarter cup, don't go by just a quarter cup. You want to go by the weight measurement of it. So I'm going to try to get a little better about doing that. I'm horrible at getting the scale out, even though it's just sitting right over here. I made myself a little basket over here on the corner by my counter so that I have all my bread baking stuff in it, and it just makes it super nice. I'll show you guys really quick. So this is my little basket that I have, and this, in case you missed it yesterday, Lakeisha, when I did my live, have you ever seen one of these? This is a Danish dough whisk, and these things are incredible for making breads and all those things. And so I keep that right there in my bread basket with my scale that stays in there. So when I get ready to make breads and that kind of stuff, I can just pull this basket right off that shelf over there and bring it over and set it down. This is another thing that I got off of Amazon that has been a lifesaver in a lot of my things. This thing is ginormous. It is a mat that has all of your, like if you need to measure something, you've got those. You can measure your round, like if you're making, you know, pie crust or anything like that. It's got some of your measurements on it over here. Yeah, I love this thing, and it's so nice to be able to roll out dough on this and not have it on my counter, because I hate trying to get it off my counter. And this thing, if it ends up with a little bit of flour left on it, I'm not worried about that, because it's not going to hurt it to have a little bit of flour on it. But they also wash up really nice too. You can just throw these in the sink and wash them really quick, and then just lay them out to dry, and they dry pretty fast. So that was not super expensive. That was another thing that I got off of Amazon when I really got into sourdough and started getting into making tortillas and that kind of stuff, because that round thing in the center is really nice when you're making homemade tortillas, to take your tortilla ball and flatten it out and then roll it, and you're able to see how big your tortillas are getting, to help you kind of get them round, get them a little more uniform shaped. So that thing is a huge help for that. So I can leave a link in the description box for that, as well as the scale and the Danish dough whisk. If you guys are interested in it, I'll just leave those links down there for my Amazon store, and you guys can check it out and check those out and maybe pick them up for yourself, because I think you'll enjoy them. So yeah, I'm excited. This thing's already starting to bubble. I'm already getting some bubbles down in there, so that makes me super happy. So I'm excited to have some more sourdough to play with. Hopefully I can keep this one alive and not kill this one, because I did my last one. My last one, I absolutely killed it. It was not good. So Lakeisha, since you were here yesterday for the live, so my sweet friend Veronica here from ChicanRanch.com, she had a contest for a Oscar's Bakery sourdough kit, and it came with this cute little jar. It came with a thermometer that goes on the side. It came with a band that helps you identify what time you fed your sourdough, and be able to measure it on the outside. It came with this little cap, another smaller cap, and then it also came with the little spatula that I used to stir it. So it was a fun little kit. I was super excited that I won that contest, and I got that, and she sent it to me, and yeah, so it's super fun. I also will leave a link in the description box for this starter kit if you're interested in starting a sourdough. I'll leave a link in the description for the Oscar's Bakery sourdough kit. And yeah, it's super fun. And then also Veronica at ChicanRanch.com, she sells her starters. So if you're interested in getting a fantastic starter for your sourdough, check out Veronica's channel. And I'm sure she's got a link in there somewhere on her channel for you to pick up one of her sourdough starts. She sends them to you dehydrated in a little pack. And so yeah, they're super easy, super fun. That's what this is. She sent me a starter, one of her starters, to go with my kit that I won, and so I was excited to get to do that yesterday. So if you're interested in that, check out Veronica's channel. Also go check her out because she's got some fun recipes. I love watching the stuff that she cooks. So she's become a very sweet friend. So anyway, friends, I think we're gonna keep this short. We had church today. I was filling in for our children's pastor. I'm exhausted. I was running around like a mad woman all day at church trying to make sure all the volunteers were where they were supposed to be and doing what they were supposed to be doing. And I spent our second service with the grade school kids, and so that was fun. Getting to teach them this morning was a lot of fun. But I'm done. I'm ready. I think I'm ready for a nap. So we had a delicious lunch. Came home, made a fun recipe. Be watching for that one. We tried a new recipe for French dips, but instead of doing a French dip sandwich, they're a French dip slider. So you don't want to miss that one. That's going to be coming out later this week. You guys will see that recipe at some point towards the end of the week probably. But those are super good. So it was good to have a nice, easy, quick lunch when we got home from church. And I'm just thankful that my sweet friend Shelly will be back from vacation on Tuesday, and she'll take over her class. So, oh, you're a school teacher. Luckily, I was fortunate. My turn today. I only had 4 kids in my class today, second service, but apparently my volunteers in first service had 20 kids this morning, so they were running a little bit more ragged than I was. So I was fortunate I only had 4 kids. So that was, but I did have 2 kids that were a huge challenge. They are 2 kids that require a lot of extra help, I guess you would say, to be nice. They need a lot of attention. So trying to keep those 2 occupied while trying to teach the other 2 is a challenge. So I'm glad that I only had the 4. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I enjoy filling in for her when she needs a break, when she needs some vacation time. Ministry is hard, people. It really is. If you've never been in ministry, it's a very hard thing to work in. And so she definitely needed that break. So I was happy to step in this weekend for her and take over. So, hi Holly. Yes, you're not late. This was kind of a surprise one. I wasn't planning to do it until last night when everybody wanted to see the sourdough start. And so here's our start that we did yesterday on my channel during the live. We started this sourdough start, and so we wanted to check it tonight and see how it was. We got our discard separated out, and we're gonna stick that in the fridge, and we're gonna let our start go for another day. And hopefully I will have enough discard to do something tomorrow. So yes, she did appreciate it. She definitely did. She was texting me during church. They stayed home, her husband stayed home from church because he knew that if she came to church today that she would not be on vacation anymore, that she would be wanting to work and wanting to do something. So they stayed home and watched it on the live stream instead. So it was fun just getting to fill in for her a little bit and just watch, you know, just see what the kids are doing. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, but yes, friends, so I think we're going to end it here, and I'm going to go sit and relax after a very busy Sunday, very long Sunday at church. And so I'm ready to go relax a little bit and get some things ready for the week. If you missed it, there was a collaboration that went up this afternoon, or this morning for me. It was 11 o'clock my time. My sweet friend Lakeisha, she was in it. So there's a few of us that shared our Sunday resets with you guys. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out the Sunday reset collaboration that we did. Yes, let's plan to do another 4 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll check it again. Well, so if you guys are here, come back at 4 o'clock and we'll check this thing again tomorrow, and we'll see what our discard looks like and see how much discard we have, and then try to get it fed again probably one more time. And then I think we'll be ready to start making stuff. So friends, go check out the playlist of the Sunday reset, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Don't miss it. Have a blessed Sunday, guys.